Hello. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you here how to start making your character, your type character. So the first thing that we have here is we need to create a document. So it's going to be create new in Illustrator here, or you can say file new as well. Either one works. So I'm going to say create new. And then you're just going to set some things here. Your presets, you want to make sure that you have your name. So I'm going to do last name, first name, and type. Oops, type. That way I know that it's the type project. We're going to set this to inches again and make sure that the width and height are 8.5 by 11 inches. And the orientation should be vertical for this particular one, okay? And one artboard you need. And don't worry about the bleed. You need nothing there. And the color mode, we want CMYK because we hopefully will be printing this. Raster effects, it's not really going to matter because you're not going to use that, but you can leave that at 300 or make it 150. It would not go below 150. And that's it. You don't even need to worry about anything else. We're going to say create. Again, 8.5 by 11 inches is most important here, and that you name it. Say create. And you should end up with this kind of an artboard that looks like a piece of paper. And the next thing you want to do is the type tool. So I'm going to show you the type tool here. If you hold down on the type tool, you'll see that there are a couple choices underneath the type tool. You have type on a path and vertical type tool. You're not going to need these right now for this particular thing, but I would suggest playing with them. And if you go to the 3 dots below on your toolbar here, you can scroll down and you have even more type tool choices here in the type section that you could pull onto your toolbar or onto that letter T so that you can put more tools in your stack. Again, you're not really going to need these right now, but they are choices for you. So I would suggest playing with all of them just to see how they work. And watch the other type video that I have attached in this assignment. But for now, let's just go with the basic type tool. So I'm going to close those 3 dots there and go to the basic type tool. Here are the 2 things you need to know for sure. The 2 ways that the type tool works. 1, if I drag a text box right now, watch what happens when I let go. Okay, it fills it with filler text. You can see that it says lorem ipsum and all this other stuff in here. It's total gibberish. It's not even Latin, even though it sounds like it's Latin. It's not. It's total gibberish and it's placeholder text. You will always know when you see the word lorem ipsum at the beginning of anything like that, that it is placeholder text. And that was created by typographers a long time ago, actually, in order to have something that they could indicate was placeholder text and nothing else. So this is technically placeholder text. It's nothing. So this would be used if you're going to pull a column or draw up a magazine layout or something like that, that you need the text to be in the box, right? So if I start typing, I can put it in here like this. Now watch what happens when I click the selection tool here, the black selection tool, and I try to move it. See that? Nothing is happening to the text itself. It is only the text box that is moving. I can flip it backwards, but that's about it. I can squish it. But I can't really do much else with that. This is why you do not pull a text box for this particular project, okay? So I'm going to push delete on that. What you want to do is use the type tool and you want to just click. Just drop the cursor, click, boom. As soon as you drop it, you see what happens. It starts out with some placeholder text again, but there is no bounding box. And then you can type. And then if you use your selection tool, watch this. See? Now I can stretch it, I can pull it, I can do all these things with it. I can flip it over, I can flip it backwards, whatever. So that's what you want to do. So to set up to start using this, you're going to use your type tool. You're also going to want to have your character panel available for you. So if you want to have this bar at the top, you can go to Window and Control and make sure that is on, and you'll see that bar at the top of your screen. You also want to have your character window available. So if you don't see your character window over here somewhere, just go to the word window, then go down to type, and pick character. Make sure character is on so that you can have it right here at the ready, because you're going to want to use that a lot when it comes to picking your font style and all of these other things that you want to do here. Okay. So all you're going to do is you're going to use the letters in your name and the numbers in your birthday. That is your palette to pick from. Those are your only choices you can use. You're not using symbols. You're not using letters that are not yours. You're only using your letters in your name. So the first thing you need to do to set up is you need to give yourself a word bank, or a letter bank, really. So I'm going to go above my artboard here. I'm going to take my type tool, and I'm just going to click once, and I'm going to type the first letter of my name, and I'm going to do it in a capital. All right. And then I'm going to click again, so that it creates a second type dropped cursor, and type the second letter. And I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to do this VALE. So each letter has its own identity. VALERIE. Technically, I don't need two E's there because I already have an E in my name, so I don't need to really write it twice, but whatever. And then again, with the type tool, I'm going to do my last name. Oops. WHITE. And the numbers of my birthday. So 1, 2, 0, 2, because my birthday is December 2nd. So I get that 0 out of that. And believe it or not, should I tell you guys? 1975. So those are all of my choices here, right? I have them all written out in capital, and they are all individually selectable by themselves things that I can do. They're characters, right? Then I want to basically do that again, but this time in lowercase. Typing my maiden name. Okay, so I've got my capitals, my lower cases, and all of the numbers from my birthday. Now I can start having fun with all of these letters and building my character. Yes, you can repeat things. Okay. So if you have a V in your name, like I do, you can put as many V's as you want. You're not limited to the number that's in your name, but you are limited to these choices here now. Okay. So basically now I just get to have fun and start building with this. So I'm going to take, maybe I take the V, I'm going to pull it. I'm actually going to copy. I'm going to Command C to copy and Command V to paste. That way I don't ruin my word bank and I can keep my options up there. And, I'm going to delete that. The next thing I want to do is I want to change my font. I'm not going with Myriad Pro. No one should go with Myriad Pro. Myriad Pro is against the rules. No one's allowed to use Myriad Pro. If you use Myriad Pro, it shows me that you didn't make a choice. I want you to make a choice. So I'm going to go with something. I'm going to try this one. That's cool. And I'm going to start building. And you do not have to stick with one font. You can do as many fonts as you want, and you can make your character as complex as you want. So all I'm doing here is I am clicking on the type. I'm copy and pasting it with a Command C and a Command V. And I don't like this thickness, so I'm going to go back in and change the thickness of this O. There are lots of different things you can use. Kind of like that. And basically start building and build a character that is as complex as you can get it. I want eyes, nose, mouth, ears, hair, accessories, necklaces, whatever. I want you to add as much as you can here to your piece and take up this entire piece of paper. You can do just a face or you can do like a whole body if you want. It's totally up to you on how you want to do this. Maybe this instead, maybe this, I'd change this and I'm going to spin this around. Maybe that ends up being like a ponytail or something. Whatever. It's totally up to you, but you can stretch and pull the letters. You can flip them, do all this stuff by just moving these things with the black arrow. You can pull your cursor out to the corner and spin it around to do things like that. Stretch and pull, change your font with the character panel and base it off that. Once you're done, you're going to save this two ways as usual. You're going to file, save as, and then just make sure that you're saving it as an Illustrator file with your name and as Adobe Illustrator. And then you're also going to say file, export as. And when you do export as, make sure that it is a JPEG. And make sure that you check this box that says use artboards and then say export. And then you will turn them both into the classroom and to Padlet.